Hello and welcome back to Bootleg Battlefield 4 here. We got another map for you. Alright, come on Reshade, you can do it. Good. Alright, awesome. Let's see here. Frostbite. Hmm. Well, I think I'm going to go Frostbite, because what's more appropriate for a Bootleg Battlefield 4 mod than playing... Oh, I think they're playing World at War or some Russian Christmas music. Is that you, Gorbachev? Yeah, probably. I don't know what's more appropriate in Bootleg Battlefield 4 than to play as the Russians on Frostbite and go dominate the USA in the woods. Because judging by the space between the command posts there, might be an advantageous position. It might also be a fun video if I don't get a memory error and I have to Alt-Tab out and hope this shit doesn't break so people see my wonderful gaming theme for Windows 10. Alright, Gorbachev, does your Soviet Union map load or not? Or let's hope it's not Stalin. Now, Stalin might be stalling this damn game. I don't want to stall in this shit. I just want to play. We don't rent the fucking dance floor, lady. We just dance. We don't rent the room. We just dance, motherfucker. In Soviet Russia, you do not get AN-94. AN-94 gets you. Alright, off we go. Yeah, performance is not great, and I also had to turn the view distance down, so if you see mountains and shit pop in the distance, that'd be why. And there was nothing that could really be too terribly much done about it. It's just... yeah, it just is what it is. Wow, lovely. There they are. Ah. Fire in the hole, motherfucker. God bless the USA. The Russians are invading our wall. They're jumping on our fucking wall. They're using our wall to spawn trap the USA in Battlefield. It's very horrible. This judge is going to cost quite a lot of money. This wall is going to need some serious foundation fornication. They nearly fucked up my medkit. Alright. So I got a frog in my throat there. He works at McDonald's. Anyway. Gotcha, motherfuckers. We make fun of everyone. Don't you worry. It's good fun. We get the judge. The Covenant are glassing our walls. I was there at the border last week. There's dust and glass everywhere. Supreme Leader Julim Dama, he broke that wall. And mark my words, he will pay for that wall. This is just like Reach all over again. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck. I just went over the side. Alright, awesome, and I got a new gun. See if you die. It may just be that I need to fucking correctly time my deaths to get the maximum amount of ammo. Just let them spawn in. We'll just spawn trap them here for like, I don't know, 5, 10 fucking minutes and then we'll win, right? That get him. Oh, hell yeah. Double kill. Well, the water. Oh, he's getting the flag. Push them back to Canada. One bullet. This thing sucks. Oh, lovely. Okay. Go attack the command post. You gotta go win. Win in the name of Russia. Don't worry about me, buddy. I got my own fucking Big Mac. You're good. Give you honor. Come on, clear. Oh, you are welcome, sir. Just go down there and get yourself killed, would you? Thank you. Fuck, I missed. Where the fuck is my team? Oh, wait, they all died. Well, that makes sense. Hey, just go down there and get yourself killed. Oh, wait a minute. Where did they go? Probably to hell. That's a good soldier model. What I like is they even got the blinking eyes and everything. It's some good attention to detail. What's this guy? Oh, fuck this. No. Drop it. There's another menu? We got a UAV. Shit, I didn't know I could do that. See, with the easy mode, they still fucking laser me. Oh shit, they're coming up the side. That's not a friend. That's a bad guy. Colored me a bit skeptical as to the intelligence of the AI systems that are in this video game. You know, I've seen AI multiple times in here just fucking run past each other. Like, you know, two guys on the opposing teams, yeah, they just fucking straight up run past each other. Like they don't even fucking exist, like, or that's a friend. Or they're just, you know, casually going through the street in New York, just need to push by. It's like, hey, excuse me, do you mind if... Hey, I know you just shot 3 of my friends, but, like, can I fucking get right past you? Yeah, I guess not. Anyway. Like, yeah, I know you just totally murdered my best friend, Chuck, but, yeah, you know. You can go ahead and, you know, excuse me, can I politely just come on through? Yeah, sure. Excuse me, comrade. I know you just killed my friend Petrenko, but can I come through here? Oh, yeah, sure, bud. Go ahead. Just oh, wait a minute. You're a bad guy. Yeah, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's fucking... and they just start shooting each other. It's like a fucking skit out of Looney Tunes. Like they just remembered it's duck season, and then they decided to fucking shoot each other again. I'm just gonna hang back and fucking snipe them for a sec, though. This is a camper's game. That's often why I don't enjoy a lot of tactical games. They just have a lot of fucking camping. Unless it's Call of Duty. In that case, I mean, yeah, with survival there, that's fine. Because I mean, it's not like I'd want to run and gun, preferably, because I would get shot by 20 guys. And same here. You know, you get shot by about a whole fucking army, so... Yeah, no thanks. I'll decline. There we go. Good music that pops in when you're about to win, or to lose. Doom 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 da doom 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 da doom do doom do doom do doom doom. There we go. A little screenshot there. I hope that doesn't crash my game. There we are. Hit the deck. Fucking flying. Wonderful terrain collision. There we go, get wrecked. Let's go get him. There we are. Awesome. I think we win. Listen, people, I tell you, this game is rigged. This is just like Reach all over again. Fuck this shit. I'm out. I'm gonna copyright my voice and impersonations of my voice. Excuse me, sir. That'll be $599 US. PlayStation Triple is the most ballin' console of all time. I still play it to this day. And you should too. The president plays Spec Ops and advises the UN Council to play it as well. There's a wonderful newspaper in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Advises Parliament to play it too, or something, I think, is what it says. You can find it in the underground map. It's pretty funny. Alright, what else do we have here? We got a lot of maps. I'm not going to play the 32 ones, because those ones just get nonsense. Midnight Sun. It's China versus America. I'm officially running for Fish God. That's my favorite. Emp Lemon did some YouTube poops. They're pretty funny. He deleted them because, like, he wants to be monetized. But, if not for gatekeeping, he still would be making those, I'm sure. I tend not to be a fan of essay videos, but he made a 30-minute long kind of rant video called I Miss When the Internet Had Less People. And he talks about how, like, this content is clearly not made for him and all this. And it's like, no, the internet is made for everybody. It's just nowadays there's a bunch of nonsensical spam content that tends to be very gross and made for little children, but then with adult stuff in it. Which, you know, no surprise, I'm sure that's given all manner of ways to enabling many, many sexual predators. I think I Hate Everything had a great video about TikTok. He made a video, I Hate TikTok, where he also kind of comments on hating how... Oh shit, that blew up the car. I thought that was a lot less deep than it was. He kind of comments on he hates how weirdly sexualized a lot of the stuff made for children is on that, and so do I. I think that's kind of the biggest reason why I've just been weirded out by it. It and a lot of content in video games and the YouTube default as well. It's just weird. That's water and oil. That stuff does not mix under any circumstance. And nor should there be billion-dollar video games and, you know, movies and IPs and stuff where people encourage that. Because that's just gross. So... if you ever wonder why I tend to avoid new games, well, there are plenty of reasons aside from just the mechanics. They're just really unpleasant and really disgusting. And I don't like the stuff in them, so I refrain from playing Immortals of fucking Autism. Because I could tell a lot of that shit came from a DeviantArt page, and I ain't saying the ones with clothes, if you know what I mean. One of those DeviantArt roleplay furry things. That is not the outside of the combat area. I would know because unfortunately YouTube during COVID-19 had a very bad habit of recommending that kind of, you know, degenerate content to me, even though what I was watching was Call of Duty. Oh, what Call of Duty stuff were you watching? Custom Zombies, where two dudes are fighting Shrek, and they're also in McDonald's or Taco Bell. So how does how does one get to the other? Usually the algorithm recommends you things that you want to see. No, it seemed to me like they had pushed a lot of like colorful stuff that was, suggestive, and they didn't care if they were breaking their own guidelines, and there were a lot of people who pointed that out as well, so it wasn't just me. Oh, it's just you. That's usually what they say. Oh, it's just you who doesn't like this. No, I think most of the people who also don't like it left because they were weirded out. They're weirded out and they don't like what the site has become. They went to Rumble, they went to Internet Archive, they went to all numbers of things, because the only job that YouTube technically has is just to show you the video, not to judge you for watching the video. They show you a MP4 file of a video game, and that's their job. They are specifically designed, to show you and stream you a video file. That's it. What is in there doesn't matter. The actual content of the video itself, that's kind of not important. Their only job is to functionally work. When you put a comment on YouTube and that gets silenced because you said the wrong keyword today, and there's no guideline or rule saying you can't say the word, let's just say the word 7 as opposed to the number 7. If you say the number 7, you're okay. If you say the word 7, that's not okay. So we're going to remove your comment if you say the word 7. Okay, so where in their community guidelines does it say I'm not allowed to say 2017? In numbers. If I say the words 2017, okay, well that's okay. Why is that okay, but saying the numbers 2017 is not okay? I don't get it. And then some places it just straight up is. I guess the more subs you have, or the more colorful your avatar is, you're not allowed to say some things. It doesn't seem to be fucking consistent. It's like, oh, we do this to protect children. Okay, so first of all, why the fuck are children making accounts? If you have a problem with that, you have a YouTube Kids app. This has been brought up a million times. You should not be opening the door to any form of children, content on your platform if the adult one does not really facilitate it correctly. Maybe I can get in that one. Oh, fuck, that's what I'll do. I'll just steal the tank. Like, if it's the same thing that was weirded me out from Roblox. Um, you're putting dating in a children's game, Roblox, and you're saying the dating should be 17 years and older. Roblox, what the fuck are you doing? This is just disgusting. No, thank you. As extra credits said, nobody should be forced to wear the costume or a flag or an ideology they, find abhorrent. Well, I find this very abhorrent. I disagree with that. I do not want to be, you know, forced to don the costume of an abhorrent ideology I disagree with, YouTube. Well, if we use their own logic, I mean, hey, it seems like they would have a problem with the stuff that they're saying and doing to other people. So why don't they punish themselves? I don't know. And apparently people higher up in Google or YouTube and Microsoft and whoever it be, really, all took it as good advice. So, yeah, that video that was pretty unanimously, like, hated for being stupid, ignorant, and bad. Yeah, this is the way they think. It's more like a translation layer for fucking Microsoft in current day. This is what they're focused on instead of, Windows 7, 8, maybe making sure that their photo editing programs work like they used to. Oh, what relations does it have? Well, you see, anytime they do that, they're not making a working product because that's the way they think. You can only have one or the other. Even though I think there are plenty of video games and other things that they've created that would show the contrary to be true. They've made plenty of songs, they made plenty of movies, I'm sure. They financed a lot of that stuff.
Warner Bros. Has had a lot of movies that have this stuff in it. Hell, Quantum Break is a fun game. It has that stuff in it and like an audio log as some background detail. It's not important. It's just there. Or they'll have this stuff that's made by this person or that person. I think like Mafia 3 is a great example of why that works when a lot of the other stuff doesn't. They use it to enhance a setting or they use it to sort of portray a time. Um, there are people who were like that in the 1960s. There are, I've totally seen the big dude with the cowboy hat, the big businessman, John Madden, that sort of thing. But it's like, oh, what if he was evil and racist? Okay. Well, it makes for a fun game. Maybe not good advice for real life because it's not the 1960s. And I think they did a pretty clear and obvious distinction between saying this is real life now and this is the 1960s. They didn't force anything onto you. It just was the way the game is. Or it was like another good example is like using the shit in Call of Duty where they have the gulags and other stuff in Warzone as a game mechanic or Black Ops. And they sort of used this real life thing that was really horrible. Or in Battlefield 3, they used the Highway of Death, which is this real war atrocity that the USA had done, and they use it as a set piece, yeah, They use it as a set piece for with the other shit. For some reason, I become Australian. Anyway, they use it as a set piece for the campaign in the game, right? Oh, I think we got him. I think we fucking got him. That's the real highway of death. They fucking got destroyed. They use it as a set piece for the game's campaign, and it adds like authenticity. You're having to go down this highway that's full of dangerous suicide bomb cars that have been rigged to detonate and destroy your tanks. Because that's the way that a lot of the insurgency stuff works, and I think a great game that does the whole insurgency terrorist thing right is Homefront: The Revolution, where most people, aside from the bugs that game had, the problem was like, when you'd think, oh, I can clear the area out, like Call of Duty. You never can. So it makes it hard to get comfortable. You are actually an insurgent. You're a terrorist, right? North Korea has taken over the USA. They've been invaded. It's a highly impractical scenario, but it is a fun one. And, you get to liberate the city, and they do show the struggles of it. There's another game that Ross Scott from Accursed Farms had played called Strife, where you don't just immediately declare war on the ruling, party, the ruling authority. You got to take this bit by bit and do little cunning things to get them overthrown. You got to if you want to overthrow the corrupt regime, you do little proxy wars and shit, which is what they've been doing with video games and what they've also been trying to kind of use video games as a medium for instead of just making fun. They do this to normalize the trend of, oh, well, I grew up and this game was awful, so therefore it's fine. J-Lord, you gonna get in? Awesome. Alright, where we are going. In the far future, there is tanks from America. Oh shit, watch out. We break for nobody. Spaceballs. But what I liked about like Homefront: The Revolution was you get to fight. It's like a very very awesome depiction of like an insurgency type scenario. Insurgency as well from 2014, great game. But you don't just get to clear out the area. It's not very arcadey. It's got good simulations of actual like rioting and proxy warfare. There are great little things to real life, like little references to real life in actual insurgent warfare, tactics and strategies people had used while fighting these kinds of amateurish, improvised wars with makeshift weapons and stuff. It's great. If you like makeshift weapons, the Mad Max thing, but a little less apocalyptic, then yeah, it'd be a great game. Oh fuck, fell down the cliff. Here, let's go this way. We're heading into the danger zone, boy. Here we go. We're gonna attack this objective. I like this filter that's over the camera too. I see two motherfuckers over there. Shit. Missiles. There we go. The sort of proxy war, the whole little cunning and, sneaky shit. It's a very hard game too. It's very challenging. I also like that there were time splitters in there. They had little, because the people who made it were actually ex-Free Radical, which most people remember them from time splitters, and also they remember them from the canceled Battlefront and Haze as well. And of course, times, I think it was Perfect Dark, time splitters. Those are the ones they mostly remember. Oh, this motherfucker's locking onto me. Bye-bye. Alright, I'm gonna go steal this APC. Kill him. Fuck you, Russia. America. America, bitch. Fuck yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a little lost here in the patriotism. But, Homefront. The Revolution. I like the sort of improvised strategies. You have to think of creative shit on the fly with very little resources. It's very challenging, and it's a very interactive and fun game with people who are saying and doing these desperate things. You can find people who are hurt trying to sell themselves for money, if you get what I mean. But in that case, it's immersive. It's part of the game world. People who are desperate for food, rations, they're being treated like shit. It's like the whole City 17 thing, but shown in a dark and, dreary manner. It's what Half-Life 2's story should have been, really, when I look at that. It shows to me what something like a game like that was missing, because Half-Life 2 was way too happy. It kind of showed to me this, someone give me a car. Alright, they're hopping out. They're gonna give me one. Need a car. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna turn this shit around. You had to think on the fly with Homefront. You had to you had to get creative because you often didn't have very much to get creative with, thanks to all of these different limitations and all these things. You know, they put you in a shitty situation. It's fun to try and get out of the situation as well. And it's what I like about, say, Left 4 Dead 2 or Left 4 Dead just in general. Those kinds of, that style of game. Fuck, got killed by a grenade. You're given like very few resources, and you have to get creative, you have to get smart, you have to think about a lot of stuff. That's a game where tactics and strategy often make sense. A lot of them just didn't, because they were watered down, cut down versions of Xbox 360 games, which were usually arcadey, and then they just transitioned to being this, chopped down, watered down dog turd with a tactical flavor that was never really mechanically sound. With something like Homefront: The Revolution, they made that from the jump to be this game where you had to strategize, you had to think of, okay, how many resources do I craft, or, how do I take down this base without alerting the giant space blimp in the sky and get lightning striked? Because if you try to just go to war like Call of Duty, you're gonna die. That's a good way to, make a good alternative. That's creative. That's a great way to make, Call of Duty or something like that really fun again. And you're put in this alternate reality situation where you have to think on the fly. You have to use this resource, that. I think it was like usually like you'd be using your phone. You wouldn't have very many things. It's kind of like Deus Ex, where it's just like a small hub world, and you had to go around and explore. But obviously, unlike Deus Ex, it actually had good controls, so that helps. It was still kind of heavy and clunky like old Battlefield here. The frame rate was certainly a lot better outside of the Xbox One version, which, unless you were playing the updated patched version, yeah, you weren't going to have a fun time. If you're playing the day one version, your game would barely work and it would look awful. Well, no, actually, it would look really good, but it would just run like shit. That was kind of the problem. It kind of leads to that defeatist, narrative where people will say they want worse looking and running games just so they feel better because they're sick of new ones that aren't good. Well, yeah, if you the same way if you only drank Coke through a gym sock, I'm sure you'd never want soda again. You know, the same way that if you're being treated awful, you're getting a bad deal. It's like, oh, sis and Josh, if you're getting bad foundation repair deals, spending the most amount of money on, you know, bad work, you wouldn't want to go back to doing it again. You'd just let the house fucking sit and rot. Meanwhile, with host sis Josh, you just got a good thing going. Hey, you would keep it going. I liked all the subway tunnels and all the stuff they had dug out as well. It was pretty fun. This bitch stole my car. Gotcha, motherfucker. You got me. I'm gonna have to grab a fucking engineer class, clearly. Alright, here we go. Holy shit. I like this map, but I don't like that frame rate. I'm in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and they're spawn trapping me. This tends to happen more times than not with Battlefield. Come at me, bro. The buildings, the architecture, the world building, the places were just really, really elaborate, worn and dirty. It's the shit that I loved from the Xbox 360, and they had kind of expanded on it, a war game. And this is what I loved about games near the end of that console. They were just getting really creative, doing different scenarios, making games that might not have said they were one thing, but were just absolutely great at doing another. Like Deus Ex, Human Revolution said it was more Deus Ex. It wasn't. It was a really good Cyberpunk game, though. And when a Cyberpunk game is good, I like it. But if it's not, like Cyberpunk 2077, then I don't. It's like a RoboCop game before we had RoboCop Rogue City. Movie licensed games got the short end of the stick, so how the fuck did you spawn here? I own this flag. How do you spawn this fucking flag? That's not legal. That's not allowed, sir. Where is he? Oh, there's my med kit. Shit. Hope this guy's a medic. He is. Oh boy, 30 frames a second is not good on this computer. Titan XP, let me remind you. The things I do for YouTube. Bye-bye. Fuck. Plus the world. The world in Homefront, the Revolution, was also really nice. That was pretty awesome. I liked that world. The world and the setting. Usually with open world games, I don't think they're particularly good, but that one was like Far Cry if you just remove all the dumb bullshit, traveling to objectives, because you don't want to spend half the game just going place to place, but you're not really going anywhere fast. You know, you're just running around trying to get to the next story moment as opposed to actually interacting or engaging with the world. And thanks to it being hard, you know, you'd have to like if you got the heat of the okay, what the fuck? They shot me through a fucking solid concrete fucking brick. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot my med kit doesn't work. Doctor, help me. Fuck. Yeah, I need a medic. Let's go with this one again. Um, the world as well. You were incentivized to kind of work with the world. It was pretty fun. Sometimes if you fucked up, you know, you'd have to escape, and it was really hard to fucking get out of the way of the North Koreans who were everywhere. And I mean, for fuck's sake, that's a Jeep. You're telling me I can't fall like 2 feet without spontaneously combusting? Okay. What the fuck is that damn car made out of? Graham crackers? Graham crackers and happy thoughts. Thank you, sir. Let's go. Alright, I'm gonna be careful this time not to fucking drive it off the side like the Chinese. Let's go get our control point back. Got that bitch. Shoot him. Let's chase him. Fuck, I missed. Hold on. Damn it. They got me. Let's hope some medic can get me. Help me, medic. I'm dying. Gotta run, bitches. Yeah, but the world was also pretty nice. There were a lot of bad guys to shoot as well. I think the story is just once again something that a lot of open world games never really fucking get right, because it's like you have to find a good excuse for wasting the time and make it sound like it's, you know, not unnatural. GTA 4 is a great example of this shit, where the first thing I fucking did was go on a rampage, and then I'm supposed to care about this guy who's very heartfelt, and, you know, Nico was a good character, it's just he was in the wrong game, the way I see it. If this was more a game like Mafia 2 or something, okay, that'd be fine, because most of the open world didn't matter. And on top of that, it was just set dressing for the story, so something like that, I mean, yeah, I could understand it. Preferably they just cut the bullshit and stop using the open world game as like a fucking extended loading screen, but oh fuck. Here, J-Lord. Thank you very much, sir. Let's get behind cover here. Thank you very much. You're a wonderful person there, P. Lindholm. Thanks, champ. You're a fucking winner. Enemy car spotted. Yeah, this is why I lowered the draw distance, just hoping it would fix this shit, but yeah, it didn't fix anything, now did it? What a shame. We'll go attack this objective. Just missed him. Fucking hit the deck, dolphin diving. Deck him. Fuck, I missed. Get some ammo here. We got some... Oh. Shoot the Russian. He's right in front of me. It's a good thing he didn't have the aimbot reaction speed. They also had a pretty cool car. I think in Homefront, they had some pretty cool like motorcycles, vehicles, and cars you could use. So the game did feel pretty good. It was just like, it's kind of like Bully. What I like with Bully was the world wasn't big, but it had a lot in what little it did have. It was just like dense, you know? It's a packed world that's full of fun shit. The same way that Destiny is, but it actually had some substance. So the monster closet was used to help the difficulty, and that's one thing that Destiny just never did right. It was like, you know, why are they not using the monster closets? You know, at some point you think like I'm fighting the Cabal or whoever the fuck else it was, and you think that they wouldn't call in their big boss or something. Like, why would they just send in, you know, their endless supply of the same exact goons over and over? For fuck's sake. I can't go 5 feet from this damn control point without Russia winning. Damn it. Okay, that's enough of that map. I couldn't go like with Destiny, right? You think at some point they would send in like their, you know, they would send in bigger and bigger and bigger enemies. That would make the monster closet thing pretty awesome. Or you could be like wanted by the Cabal, or you could be wanted by the Hive, or whoever the fuck else it was. That'd be pretty awesome, and that's what Homefront did. I think Homefront did that very well. Excuse me. And that added to the intensity and the difficulty. The maps and the places just looked really awesome. And after all the updates, it ran pretty well. I do think the first game had considerably better, um, setup, pacing, and atmosphere just throughout. Because it's like they got the idea just fucking perfect the first time, and that was great. All right, off we go. Let's go to China, apparently. Okay. This map, okay, so far so good. I'm sorry, sir, but you have to leave. Why? I don't have to follow your orders anymore. Our new emperor will take your place. What are you talking about, Commander Cody? Execute Order 66. Get the car in here. Bet you once the shooting starts, the things go to shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice try. You missed. Get up. Bye-bye. Shoot me through a wall. Fuck, I'm out of bazookas. Blow him up with a grenade launcher. Oh, this car is perfectly good. Get in the car. We're gonna take the fight to China. Alright, off we go. Fucking, hold on. Nope, not that way. Alright, going through you. Ram him. You ain't escaping me. Fuck. He killed me with the missile. Fuck, I couldn't choose a different respawn point. Fuck this game. No. I need a ride. No. In the car. Going to the mall, loser. But yeah, like, you know, with GTA, they had like a wanted mechanic, and that's kind of the cool thing I liked about Homefront. They sort of did as well. It was more just baked into the core, like, gameplay. I think they could have like a star system or something. It was a little bit like, you know, North Korean GTA 5 mixed with like Ubisoft, basically. Like Far Cry, Assassin's Creed sort of shit. Alright, I'm just gonna let that guy go there with the car. Hold on. You can fight each other with the tank. I'm just gonna cross around there, and I'm gonna see if this one has a missile launcher. Yes, it does. Excellent. Bye bye. Here we go. Now we go blow up the tank. Fuck. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Or Terminator is another game that also... Terminator Resistance was pretty good. It also would have been nice, I think, in that game if they had, like... Skynet would eventually start sending their special operators after you, their special Terminators. They did a little bit, but it wasn't anything like Terminator Salvation, which I really liked that one. That movie, a lot of people are just kind of like, it was whatever. I really liked that one. That one was fun. Fuck. Here, let me find a good one of these with the different missile launcher. Okay, there we go. Bye-bye, bitches. You're dead. There were some, like, early Xbox One games that were pretty fun. Black Ops 3 is another one that's really awesome. Unfortunately, though, their idea of next generation was a little brute forced. But what I really liked about that game and its campaign is they warned about the dangers of AI. About a decade before anybody else knew about it and warned about it in the same ways that we do. The real danger of AI is people just using it to create so much nonsense that it just makes everybody upset, confused, and they go hurt each other, they go crazy. It's a little bit like, you know, that whole Hail Hydra thing in, fuck, he had a sniper rifle. Uh-oh. Just poked the bear with a stick. It's kind of like that Hail Hydra thing, or Good Soldiers Follow Orders in Black Ops 3, where they do the whole imagine yourself in a frozen forest thing. And, oh shit, shoot him. Okay. The way they kind of treated it was like the whole Hail Hydra thing in, you know, Marvel movies, the DC sort of era. Not the DC, that's fucking Batman. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, not the DCU. That one only had Justice League and I don't know, a few others going for it. It's really hard to fucking get in there. But yeah, Black Ops 3 was pretty fun. It was like it's one of them fun acid trip games. It would be nice if I could just, there we go. Hopefully that'll work. Hopefully we'll still have that objective by the time I get over there. Shit. Thank you. Homefront the Revolution. It's a little bit like this. Very gray. Maybe not so much the Chinese buildings, but a lot of the shit does look more like a shantytown. Now, a lot of the reasons why people like the Chinese stuff, I think, is especially the Chinese and just, the Asian stuff in general. Um, it's a lot of the same reasons why I like games like this. They're just kind of pure and uncomplicated in some ways and just batshit over the top. I can understand that. It's also just like they're the only motherfuckers who just want to make games that are games, usually. Like, they've actually, ironically enough, it seems like a lot of Chinese people have more fun making American games than most Americans do. I say most because, hey, I love this shit. Grew up with Call of Duty. I love Star Wars, Call of Duty, and I want the best for them, But they've kind of fallen on hard times and hard drugs, clearly, because it's the only thing that seems to be keeping them awake anymore. There we go. This is a good class. I'm going to die in 3 seconds. Watch. Wait a minute. The shotgun actually fucking works. Are you shitting me? Oh, finally, a fucking class that functions as intended. Well, we're whooping China's ass. Hell yeah. But I think the biggest reason why a lot of people get into that stuff is it's like, what the fuck is left for them over West? Not much. Unfortunately, it's just been tainted by so much bureaucracy, infighting, bitching, and complaining that it's infested the core of just what it is. It's just, you don't go to that shit for leisure and want to hear a bunch of bitching and complaining. You just want to enjoy a fun thing. So usually in my case, when I bitch and complain, I tend to have some sort of positive thing. It's like, that's the thing that's kind of bugged me. It used to be that when people made these video essays or like other kind of game reviews, they usually would point out something that was positive to even out the negatives, but I rarely see that anymore. It's just video essays and a lot of the game review stuff that I see these days has devolved into an emotional dumping ground for people who clearly have some form of issue that they're unwilling or otherwise unable to take care of. And they think that's a good idea for the way they should be treating their YouTube channel and their following. Usually, what little they have, they tend to take for granted. The Act Man is a great example of this. This guy, he kind of rose from nothing, then eventually started taking people he had as fans for granted, spamming his channel with a bunch of completely nonsensical reviews that didn't tell anybody about the real merits of games and just protected and otherwise hid a bunch of other stuff and corporate interests. And he admitted to it as well, and kind of sucks the fun out of it when you're being, you're seeing some guy who's fucking his fans over and then also making money off of it. Or you're seeing this other person who has clear health issues, like in the case of iDubbbz in H3, with the whole content cop H3H3. It's like you have this guy who clearly has been meant to, using his platform as an emotional dumping ground, criticizing another guy for using his platform as an emotional dumping ground. The pot calling the kettle black, in other words. It was really really entertaining just because both of them have considerably less ground to stand on. But also, it had been way too fucking long since I'd heard that intro. It is good to know, though, where Filthy Frank went all of those years. He was hanging out with iDubbbz in some cabin in the fucking woods getting gangbanged on the couch. Yeah, that makes sense. They still had the pink alien and everything. I love it when they do that shit. Anyway, that'll do it for this. I kind of went off on a few tangents about other games I enjoy. Usually I just kind of comment over this, so not much point to it, just things that are interesting to me. Next part, I'll have a few more maps. Stay tuned until then and take care.